probably about a teaspoon of paste. I like mine extra vanilla-y, so I'm probably gonna add about half a teaspoon, I would say, liquid vanilla. And then this is when I add in my baking powder, because we're gonna be adding in the chocolate, like chunks, and you don't want to over mix baking powder because it can make your baked goods come out wonky. Alright, this is baking powder. I'm putting a fourth a teaspoon. And then we're gonna add some salt. Again, this, I would say only about a fourth a teaspoon of salt too, but I just take a pinch. And I just pinch it. I also sprinkle salt on the top, which you'll see. So we're gonna mix this in. Oh, actually, my brain. Chocolate. I am using chopped, the dark chocolate is a Lindt bunny that I chopped up that I just had left over that I've been munching on. And then I also have a chopped up Hershey's bunny, again left over from Easter. In total, the amount of chocolate I have, I think it's 3.6 ounces. So half of it I melted, the other half I'm using chunks. I'm gonna mix this and I'm gonna show you what it looks like. Okay, so now we're gonna grease the pans. I have 2 pans. I use French butter, stirred with a pea, but I always add to my calories about a tablespoon. I know I'm not using a tablespoon, but I use a napkin. This is my greasing butter. This is the only thing I use it for, is I keep a stick of butter out that's soft, so I can grease my pans when I bake, because I don't like to use ham. I could use coconut oil, but I just prefer butter, and this is also the only reason why I keep napkins in my house, so I can grease my pans. Okay, now we're gonna put these in here, and this is the texture that we're looking at. Okay, so this is what we're looking like, right? I keep them pretty thin, because even though they're sweet potato brownies, they're still brownies. To keep them a little less in calories, I thin them out a little bit. Does not change the taste, nor does it change the texture, okay? They're still gonna be fudgy and gorgeous. I take a little bit of flaky sea salt. I use Morton's. It's my ride or die sea salt. It's amazing. And I just do a little sprinkle of extra sea salt across the top. Not to make them salty, but just to give a little extra oomph. I feel as though salt enhances the flavor of chocolate, so I prefer to have it on top of my baked goods, chocolate chip cookies, brownies, etc. Alright, okay, so this is how they turned out. I'm gonna cut a slice and then I'm going to show you what it looks like. I want them to set, so I'm not going to truly show you. There you go. I want them to set, so I'm not gonna cut the whole thing. There you go. This is what they look like. It is super fudgy. The slices can be bigger than this, because you get 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 slices. So it's gonna be 180 calories per serving. I cooked it at 350 for around 35 minutes. It's so good. Do me a favor. Just make my recipe.